Hello, everybody. It's a beautiful day in the villages, as you can see from this photo. 72 degrees here in the villages. I took that picture as I was crossing the bridge from Lake Sumter Landing, from 466 across the bridge to Lake Sumter Landing. If you could barely make out the lighthouse there, um, in right off of the sun's rays. This is a beautiful shot. I had to go ahead and take it real quick. I wanted to share that with you all. So I guess maybe I'm just trying to rub it in a little bit. So, welcome to Homes Around the Villages YouTube channel live stream, 6 o'clock on every Monday night, except for next week. So, but I still want you to come back next Monday and check out what we have in store for you. We have an um, awesome little video I think you're not going to want to miss. And it's just a little teaser. Let me put this up a little bit. There we go. It's just a little teaser, but you don't want to miss this video. So come back next week. I won't be here. I'll be on vacation. And want to wish you all a Merry Christmas right out of the jump street. And Happy Hanukkah. Last day of Hanukkah is tonight. So want to wish everybody a Happy Hanukkah. I should have done that last week. I didn't do it. Coming from a Jewish guy, right? So anyways, thank you all for joining this evening, our Monday Night Live YouTube channel live stream. And let's see, who was numero uno coming right out of the gate? Becky! Merry Christmas to you as well. And this is it, guys. Man, I mean, I love the Christmas season. I love the Christmas holidays. And it just goes by way too quick. Way too quick. I think, I believe last week I did show you some of the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. So for me, that kind of really kicks off the Christmas season. I don't miss the Trans-Siberian Orchestra. It is every year. I think I've missed it maybe one time during COVID. So
did you miss it or did they not have it?
that's a great question. I don't think they had it, now that I think about it, because I wouldn't have missed it. Now, my daughter Jamie, if you're watching, hello, baby girl, Patty, Joey, whoever in my family might be watching. Jamie will tell you, oh yeah, we missed it one year because you said, Dad, that you didn't think that we really enjoyed it anymore and we didn't care whether we went or not. But that's a family tradition that I started with them. Well, I think Patty and I think we even went to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra even before Jamie was born. So we've been going, better not say. Jamie might not like me just blurting out how old she is, because she's so old. She's such an old woman. Anyways, yeah, we've been going a long time. According to Jamie, we've missed 1 year because I felt like nobody was into it, nobody cared, and I guess I was wrong. She really read me the riot act, and we've been going ever since. So, when that was it before COVID? Was it after COVID? Was it during COVID? I don't even like to think about COVID anymore. That was such a horrible period in time. And I hope our illustrious president is keeping an eye out on China and making sure they don't pull one of those numbers again, because that's what did him in the first time. And I honestly feel like that was done on purpose. I really feel like China created that virus and sent that pandemic out into the world to totally disrupt the entire world because of the power that President Trump was yielding against China. So I felt like probably the only way China got was going to get rid of Trump was, and not only that, but y'all, I mean, I don't even know, shouldn't even get into politics here because I could really go down a rabbit hole with that because, there's a lot of propaganda that's perpetrated by China and Russia, put out there on social media. You think it's like your neighbor 2 doors down that's putting this out there when it's really China and Russia and maybe Iran putting all that negative propaganda out there. So you can't always believe what you read, right? So Becky, number 1, thank you so much for being numero uno this evening. I really appreciate it. And then Gary and Kathy stopping along the way to PA. So I guess they're traveling to Pennsylvania. So I would say let us know how cold it is next week. I won't be here. So I'm really looking forward to day after Christmas. We're hitting the road, going back to our, I don't know, I would say our first love. Used to be the beach. Patty, I grew up as a surfer. I grew up on the beach, grew up on Hollywood Beach, Fort Lauderdale Beach. Then I went up to Melbourne Beach and Cocoa Beach. So pretty much most of my life I've lived on the beach. I proposed to Patty in a lifeguard stand. Fun fact, in Riviera, well, not Riviera, where were we? I guess that was West Palm Beach. Pretty close. So yeah, but ever since then, my lovely wife doesn't like crowds so much anymore. And Florida obviously has gotten pretty popular, especially on the coast. And so she's not a big fan of big crowds anymore. So not so much the beach, but the mountains. Now, if you don't want to be around a lot of people, the mountains is the way to go. That's the solitary place. We love to go up there, look at all the waterfalls and all the rivers, and man. So my dream is to have a cabin up there and a home down here. What didn't really make sense. Oh, I like that, Christian. Doesn't really make sense to have a home. To have a home and a cabin right now, because it would probably it makes better sense if we just rent a cabin for as few a days as we do get away. But Patty's getting close to retirement age and retirement time, possibly. I don't know. Unless her bank. Now, I don't know if y'all know this, but Citizens First Bank, the Bank of the Villages, is getting taken over by Seacoast Bank. So Seacoast Bank, pretty much, you know what happens whenever there's a takeover. They start chopping from the top down. So we're really thinking like maybe they're going to offer a little severance package to Mrs. Miller, and we can start enjoying a little more time off. So I'm working real hard, putting my team together, training the right people. I have Blakely just got her real estate license. That girl knows just about as much about real estate as I do for the 4 years that she's worked for me. So, uh, you know the old saying, I've taught her everything she knows. And then the saying still goes, but I didn't teach her everything I know, right? But no, that's not true. She still would have to get out there into the villages and get used to showing homes. But as far as up here, she's got it. So we have Blakely, Ted Shoup, great guy on the team. This guy is a hard-working, hustling dude. And he's done quite well this year, and I'm sure he's going to do much better next year. And so, looking forward for Ted to be picking things up. We have Vincent. So many of you may have talked to Vincent. Vincent is our lead coordinator here, but he's also a licensed realtor. So Vincent had the wonderful opportunity of being our lead coordinator, contacting people, following up with people, really gave him the great experience with that. So, I have others who work for other brokerages that I'm trying to get to come on over. So I really feel like we'll be in year 4 here at IM Realty and Homes Around the Villages YouTube channel. And so I'm really looking forward to next year coming around and really doing an awesome job. We've got a lot of stuff in the works, I'll say that. Let's go to our chat. And Pat and Jane are in the house. So we have, let me see, we have, what do we have? 21 people. So we have Gary, Pat, Jane, Becky, anybody else? So a lot of people don't show up. They kind of just stay in the background. Oh, Rich A. Rich, give us your weather report, buddy. Let us know. Yeah, it looks a lot better, the gold. Let us know how the weather is up there. Tom and Lauren. Lauren and Tom are back. Yay. Tom and Lauren are wonderful people. They're very gracious. They invite me over. We have a little bit of wine going on. So, and we enjoy all the renovations that I made to their home. I really created. Well, let me just say we, right, Tom, right, Lauren? We created a super lantana. And, I mean, that has to be the envy of the neighborhood. And if only the rest of the villages knew about it, it'd be the envy of the villages, I'm sure. Probably everybody would want to do what we did to their home. I don't know if we have pictures of their home or not. You know if we do? Or maybe even a little video.
What was the street one for that one?
I don't know if I could really say over the air. Yeah, they don't really want it advertised so much. But it was a great project. I loved it. I'm in the middle of another project over on Sunset Ridge. It's a premier home. It's a St. Augustine. It's 4,000 square feet. Marble floors inside this home. Real marble floors. Well, unbeknownst to me, because all my contracting experience has always been with tile and not marble. And one would think that marble floors and tile floors, whether it's ceramic tile or porcelain tile, marble is a different animal. So you know what? You never stop learning in life. Marble was incredibly expensive to have somebody come in and install. So there you go. Yes, Tammy, I'm here, not next week, but like I was telling everybody, you do not want to miss next week because we got a little special surprise for you and you're going to love it. You are going to love what you see when you tune in next week. And I'm not even going to.
And to let them know, it will be treated as a live stream, so even with you gone, we'll still be able to talk back and forth to each other.
Oh. So I don't know if you heard that, but Christian said it'll be treated as a live stream, so y'all can still come on and in the chat room and still talk amongst each other. And maybe I might just hop in on that, myself. So from the Great Smoky Mountains. Let's see, next Monday would be the 29th. Yeah, I'll still be up there. So I can report back to you, give you a weather report like y'all been giving me a weather report. Karuna, want to welcome you to our YouTube channel, to our live stream. If you look, this is a forum for you, not so much for me. This is a forum for all you to ask any questions that you may have, and I'll answer them for you. So go ahead, and if you have anything, then let us know here in the chat. Okay, so I'm just saying, we are Grinches this year. What? No tree, no decorations? Your neighbors are going to wonder what's wrong with you, unless you don't do that every year. But, all right, so let me go back a little bit. I think I'm passing some people up. Becky, Trish, Merry Christmas and Happy Hanukkah to everyone. Thank you so much, Trish. Appreciate that. And Rich says, Happy Holidays. Some snow flurries by morning and a wintry mix on Friday. So being the southern Florida boy that I am, don't really know what a wintry mix is unless it's rain and snow. That's all snow showers, ice showers, I don't know. Anyways, let's see. Becky says, I'd love to hear from who?
Oh, no, them. So she was, when you mentioned the band that you saw.
Trans-Siberian?
Yeah.
She loves to hear from them.
I'd love to, she wants to.
Oh, I'd love to hear them. Oh, well. Can you make that happen? Can you put it in my photos?
Yeah. The ones that you have up.
Put one of the last videos, if you can see which one. Here's my man Jace Gallagher, and I'll tell you, Jace and I had a great time at Harry and the Natives. So we did some promos for Jace. So Jace, you just might want to come and talk to Christian either next Monday and Tuesday and see if you want to. Either that, I won't be here. but Christian and Blakely will be working here on Monday and Tuesday. Wednesday, I told them that's New Year's Eve. So I told them they could have New Year's Eve. Told them they could have the rest of the week off. New Year's Eve, New Year's. Look, the day after New Year's, why even come in? It's Friday. I just didn't see the need. So, to all of y'all out there, just so you know, we are going to be working half a day on on Christmas Eve, up to 1 o'clock. After that, everybody's off for the rest of the rest of Christmas Eve, Christmas. Again, there you go, the day after Christmas, and then you have Saturday and Sunday. So I couldn't see bringing them back for one day. So I said take off after Christmas Eve, and then they'll be back after that Christmas break on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday's New Year's Eve, Thursday's New Year's, Friday is January 2nd. So again, didn't see a reason to bring them back for one day. It's pretty dead around here anyways, so yeah, we're gonna take a lot of time off, so you won't be reaching us. Call us though, leave us a message, text us on 352-204-9026. That was up there at the very, no, wait a minute.
Your phone number's on the bottom of you.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, so is it down there at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah.
So just call that number and leave a message. Somebody may answer and somebody may not. But text and somebody will get back to you as soon as we can. Okay? Anyways, y'all have a great, fabulous Christmas and New Year's yourselves. And I'll probably repeat that at the end of the live stream here, but let me go back to my chats. Let's see. Man, today, guess what? I saved myself $500. And how did I do that? Well, so my car, my Infinity, we're taking up north, and man, I used to, for some reason, it started shaking. Whenever I hit the brakes real hard, if I'm going real fast, like on the interstate, and then I hit the brakes real hard, it would shake. Had it checked out at the Nissan dealership, even though it's an Infinity, but they're kind of the same. And they told me they wanted $800 to fix just the front end brakes. $800 just for the front end brakes. I'm like, I am not paying $800 when I can do it myself, because I've always changed out my own brakes. And for some reason, which I don't understand, I guess they didn't put new rotors on the back of my car, but because it needed new rotors, which was about an extra $300, so yeah, okay, I can see that, but they charged me $350 for the back. They wanted to charge me $800 for the front. I'm like, no way. So I went and bought the rotors myself, got the best I could buy. It was $320. Plus I got a $50 discount on each. And then I bought the best brakes I can find. That was another $100, so that was $420. They gave me $100 off for buying brake pads and rotors. So now I'm back to $320. And then they wanted $800, so that's $480 that I saved myself in 2.5 hour time replacing my brakes, my rotors with the best you can find. I'm sure they would have given me some crappy OEM, they call it, original equipment. So I saved. I am a happy camper. I'm getting 2 new tires tomorrow, and boom, we're headed north, safe and sound. Laura Lampy, Chicago, 42 degrees. Most of the snow has melted. Yeah, 42. I I hear there's another Arctic front coming though. So Becky, did we get that? Did we get the video for?
I uploaded in the photos. Let me see if it's.
Okay, I'm just checking. Joyous Noel and happy holidays to all from the Windy City, Chicago. Yes, Tammy, I am here. Oops. So, yes, I am a great boss, if I must say so myself. Everybody got a nice Christmas bonus. Blakely really just came back from vacation because she goes up north in November. So let's see. She always goes the week after I come back. So I go the first week or so in November. I go somewhere because it's my birthday. I come back, Blakely takes off. So this is a free extra vacation for Miss Blakely Boyette. And Mr. Christian Townsend, too. We can't forget him. So that's good. Paid. I don't think I should pay him. I should have said, hey, you either work or you don't get paid. I have done that before. Haven't I? It's been a while. Christian's like, all right. Anyways, let's move along. Yes, Smoky Mountains, here I come. All right, I'm back. I'm going back up. Becky and the Grinches hanging out this year. So I look very closely at Eastern. So listen, Becky, I mean, I've had a lot of people I've sold homes to from Tennessee thinking they were far enough south, like what you were talking about. And they're like, oof. Because I've got family, that's where I'm going. I'm going to Chattanooga/Ottawa, if anybody knows where Ottawa, Tennessee is. Chattanooga, Tennessee, they're kind of together. It's like, I don't know, St. Paul and Minneapolis. Anyways, going through my chats, I expect to see you, all right, February 3rd through 9th. Yes, Becky. Although you're cutting it close, we have a 30 years. I can't believe it. One woman, I've been with one woman for 30 years. Anyways, February 10th. So.
Do the math, figure out percentage of how much of your life that is.
Hey, the age I am, that's just a blip now. Anyways, so Becky, I'm looking forward to it. So let's go ahead and get together for sure. All right, so let's see. Oh, Becky said Merry Christmas, Christian. That's nice. And then Trish says, I just love the Smoky Mountains. I love the Smoky Mountains too. We always go up into the corner of North Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. We're always up in that little tri-state area. Love the Highlands up there, Highlands, North Carolina. My man Bruce Baldwin and his lovely wife Lori, they just moved up there. They bought a home here a couple of years ago, and then their son and daughter-in-law moved over to that area where I just was talking about, and they're selling here. They graciously allowed me to list their home and sell their home for them, and they're going to build a home out there. Yeah, so let's see. Becky says, every Monday, Tammy, every Monday. She's right, unless there's a real serious reason, and next Monday is a serious reason. I just won't be here.
Yeah, you're either sick or in Melbourne if you have to cancel.
Okay. Winter, rain, sleet, and some snow. Ooh, that's a wintry mix. Did you know it was a wintry mix?
I thought I heard something simple, but I didn't know that's the phrase for it.
Yeah. Karuna, Ira, the prices of the houses that won't sell this winter in the villages, are they going to drop down in price, or perhaps the owners will unlist them? More than likely, they're going to drop the price. I don't know. I don't know if you continue to hear on the news like I do that they're trying to get the housing prices down. Have you heard that? I've heard it a lot. And so, because they want to make housing what? Affordable. So that's become a reality. And so, yeah, we just have to keep lowering the price. And here's the thing. And I tell this to all my sellers. You don't want to just drop the price as the price of homes go down. You want to get in front of it. You want to get out here in the front rather than following the market down. That happened in 2006, 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, people were just following the market down and we still weren't getting their homes sold. I'm like, get in front of the market. It's going to get there anyway. Sooner or later, you might as well get in front of it now. Get your home sold. Be smart about it. And that's what we have to do. So anybody out there selling a home, yes, get out in front of it. Anybody out there buying a home, what is the information I can give you? Here's the information I can give you. Most people I work with have to sell a home to buy a home. So I have had oh my gosh, in my 25 years, I cannot tell you how many people have said to me, I'm just going to wait for prices to drop, and then I'm going to buy. Well, on the surface, I guess that sounds good. But if you have a home to sell, if you're waiting for this house to drop in the villages, guess where your house is going to go? Down right with the one in the villages. So does it make sense? If you're gonna, don't wait, is what I'm telling you. It doesn't make sense to wait. So sell your home up there, sell it for up here rather than down here. So when you're up here, you can buy over here. And then don't worry about prices falling while you own your home, because I'm going to tell you, so Mr. President Trump is telling everybody he's going to make housing affordable. Again, interest rates are going to go down. That's a help. How far down? Who really knows? But most people who are selling a house don't need a mortgage. They're just taking the money from the house. They're selling and putting it in the house that they're buying. So I would say, housing prices might be continuing to go down this coming year, 2026. It's going to do one of these. Just like that. Supply and demand. So what's going to happen? You get it down here, all these people are going to buy, and boom, it's going to go right up because of what? Housing prices. Housing inventory. is going to go down. And as inventory goes down and there's less homes, prices go up. It's just the law of nature. All right. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, I heard the other day that when you buy a home with a bond balance, that you can't roll that into your mortgage. True. I would say, here's what I would say to you. When you go to buy a home, you make a deal with the seller. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm going to pay you X amount of dollars more than your asking price, but I want you to pay your bond off, because then I'm going to mortgage this home, and then that's the way to wrap it into your mortgage. Now you might also say, well, won't they do an appraisal? They will do an appraisal. However, when you're working with a home with no bond versus a home with bond, it's going to work itself out. So that's how you deal with that, Becky. Just we'll have the seller pay for the bond, and first of all, what we'll do is we'll try to not pay more than we have to, and we will want that seller to pay off that bond. If they refuse our offer, then we'll say, look, we need you to pay the bond off. We'll give you this much money if you pay the bond off, so we can go ahead and mortgage the rest of the house. So that's the way to do that. So there you go, Laura. That's how we do it. Nice long weekend. Oh, yeah. They deserve some days off to relax and enjoy their families. This is true. You know what? Look, good help is hard to find, right? I say that all the time. And all these other business owners I talk to. Like I'm dealing with a guy named Mike in a plumbing company called Chet Craig Plumbing. Awesome company. Chet Craig, Mike, awesome customer service. Communication is wonderful. And they had a party. They had a Christmas party over at Eaton's Beach the same night that we had our Christmas party here. That was last Friday. And I said, whoa, all these tables are Chet Craig, and I'm looking for Mike. Mike never showed up. But I went over, there is a Chet Craig. Sometimes, you say, hey, there's this plumbing company, but Chet Craig sold out a long time ago, and he's no longer involved. Chet Craig is still involved in this company. I walked up to Chet. I said, hey, are you Chet? He goes, yeah. I said, I'm Ira Miller, do a lot of business with your company. I have a company called IM Renovations. You got a guy named Mike, and he is an awesome guy. That guy, you better make sure you never lose him. Great communication, great customer service. He goes, oh, yeah, I know Mike's a good guy. I say, I guess you must pay him pretty well. He goes, oh, yeah. I goes, I pay. That's the key to success. You pay your people well, and then they're happy. You give them days off, paid days off, give them bonuses, stuff like that, and keep them happy. And when you have good help, you want to keep it, so you pay them. Most offices will either be closed or skeleton crew on December 24th. I'm retired now. Every day is Saturday for me. But you're right, and that's why. Half a day on Christmas Eve, etc.
For the vacation days that we're working, we should refer to skeleton crew days.
Yeah. Tammy says, I was at the Nissan dealer for a recall on my Nissan in Leesburg, and all they did while I waited was trying to sell me a new car. Well, you went to the wrong Nissan dealership. You should have went to Pearson in Ocala. You might want to do that next time, Tammy, just because you're way down south down there in Never Land. It's all about customer service. They're wonderful people. Let's see here. They are nuts. Wait a minute. After my recall, they wanted over $600 for stuff. 94 for a set of wiper windshields. What? I mean, the best you can buy on the market from an auto parts store is 50. Doesn't get any better than that. You usually can get it for about 35. Yeah. You need to go to Pearson Nissan in Ocala. I'm trying to read Tammy's. Oops, new car. After my recall, yeah, I declined everything. Hello from Jeff and Loretta. Wow, long time no see. Thanks for joining, you guys. I understand the satisfaction in doing your own brakes too. Jeff is a big time car guy. When he and I were going out looking at homes, we need to have a huge garage for all that stuff. And then we even talked about maybe a detached garage workshop for all of his cars and tinkering around. So there you go, Jeff. I'm a man after your own heart, right? Doing his own brakes. So I got these imported brakes, and because mine were warped, come to find out. That's why my front end was doing this, but I wanted to make sure it was nothing more than that, than the brakes. I kind of knew just from experience that the brakes were warped, but I'm going on a trip, so I wanted to make sure that my front end was good to go, and that's all they said I needed were brake rotors. So my brake pads were fine, probably about, I guess a little more than halfway worn down. I just replaced them. So now I'm good to go. I got my rears done by Nissan, like we talked about, 300 and something, 50, whatever.
Well, Pearson, right?
What did I say?
No, I'm just saying since you said there's a difference between the different.
By Pearson.
Yeah.
Pearson did my rear brakes. I did my front brakes. All right, Tammy. $94 for windshield. They're nuts. Yeah, I'll agree to that. Buy some at Walmart. Thank you, Laura. And hopefully Mrs. Ira, Patty Miller, is out there watching. And maybe she'll chime in. They usually watch me on the TV, though. So if they're watching me on the television, then they have no way to type it up. So I was looking at Tellico Village outside of Knoxville. Tellico. Tellico. That sounds very familiar. I think there's a lake area around the Tellico up there. My dad's buried just in Knoxville. His family they donated a bunch of land a long time ago to a church. So they have free grave service, whatever. All right, so house across the street from me dropped $35,000. Yeah, and I too am going to have to start going around having. So let me just tell you all what I do, okay? Here you go. Check this out. Let's see, hit escape. Escape. Escape.
Is the mouse on the other screen maybe?
There we go. All right. Perfect example. This is a home. Perfect segue, actually. Thank you, Tammy. This is a gardenia. So if you look at this granite, and you look at this super high-end dishwasher. It's very, very quiet, very nice range. These were white when I first got this listing. This was white, this was white. This microwave was stainless steel, and the refrigerator, no, I don't think you could see it, maybe barely. That was stainless steel too. So I told the owners, look, let's go ahead and replace these appliances. Let's make them match the rest of the house, which we did. So you can see the stickers, they're brand new. Then we did granite in here to match everything. We have a brand new faucet. And I don't know if do we have any more pictures of this home?
I put them on the MLS, like the new ones we took, but here, I'll help you get out of this.
Oh. There we are. So there's another, so here's the, when I took this picture, now we've got new pictures on the MLS, right?
Yep.
So I took this faucet, and when I took this picture, it was a picture of the new faucet that we were doing on there. Any more? Nope. These are just houses I've been working on with my renovation company. I put new granite in this home and brand new appliances in this home. All right, you gonna help me get out of here, are you?
Yep. And if you want to show off those different photos.
All right, so just real quick, and who always asks me, Peter, I think, always asks me to show off my listings. So this is what I do. Instead of lowering the price of my homes, right, I bring up the value rather than, let me go back up here. Here we go. I always go up, I up the value rather than drop the price, because you're going to drop the price a whole hell of a lot more than what you would if you just simply upgraded the home. So here's what we did to this home. Brand new roof, 16 grand. This is when I had the home listed at $559, I believe it was. So I said, rather than drop the price, let's put a new roof on it. That's what everybody looks for. Cool. Gardenia, this is that picture that we just looked at. Christian, there is a box here. It's got to go.
Okay.
Oh, and you got the box,
Yeah, those were the older photos.
but why?
Why do we have the older photos or that box specifically?
Both.
The older photos, I asked and you said to keep the box. I can just remove.
No, you need to just plug in the. So here's our new faucet. All right, and so first thing we did was a new roof. The second thing we did, rather than drop the price, this had some really, I would say, very well-used carpet. Brown, dark brown, well-used carpet. I said, let's go ahead and put some LVP in this thing. Rather than just stopping in the dining room and the living room, we did the whole house, all the bedrooms. So this is the living room, LVP flooring, dining room. There's the front guest bedroom with a built-in workstation. What is that? Oh, that's the second guest bedroom. Now, this is the guest bath, new granite, square sinks. That's very modern, brand new faucets, drain. So that was the next thing we did. Master bedroom. his and her closets. This is a gardenia. And more of the same granite and brand new faucets. So we really, I mean, the dramatic difference, a dramatic difference. And this is what I'm saying. This is much better than, and it's on a golf course. Look at that. Arnold Palmer Country Club Championship Golf Course with room for a pool. And Christian, make a note. I think what I need to do is I need to take the drone up and simulate a pool. Now, I want you all to notice, you see this roof line up here? This roof line actually denotes a stretched lanai. So this lanai has been stretched out 4 feet. If it wasn't stretched, it would just be the same roof line. It wouldn't have this. So this is how you know it's been, well, once you walk into it too, you know it's stretched. Also, a nice thing about this home, all the doors to the lanai from the living room pocket into a wall. So let's see, how come I don't have any? We're missing some pictures. Where are the pictures with the pocket doors, with the doors pocketed in?
So you have one of the kitchen with them closed and one with them open.
All right, so here it is open. Yeah, you can't really tell though, Christian. We need to go ahead and do a photo. And I thought I had a photo showing, looking from the foyer.
You had one, but with the old furniture in it.
You can't remove the furniture?
I can see.
All right, so Tammy, that's what we do. So they dropped it 35,000, while we probably spent 35,000 on this home. So it was 16 for the roof. It was like 6 or 7 for the granite. I can't remember. About $500 for the new faucets. It was around 7,000 for all the LVP. So 16 and 7 is 23, and 7 is 30. Yeah, so we spent around $30,000 rather than dropping the price 35,000. But that 35,000 that we spent on that home made it much more valuable. So the best way to make it affordable is the government to get completely out of housing. Yeah, well, I think that's coming. Did your neighbors sell their house after they? Oh, Tammy. Yeah. Nope. And it's just a year old. They moved back to PA in September. They moved in December. Did your neighbors not like the Villages? He couldn't find a job. I don't think you move to the Villages if you're looking and have to find a job. No. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, I'd have to tell you. Because you're going to pay, I mean, you're out there working and everybody else is out there having a bunch of fun, driving around in their golf cart, playing golf, playing pickleball, in the sports pool, playing water volleyball. I mean, I don't understand that. You don't move to the Villages and then have to work full time. And a lot of people ask me, do you live in the Villages? I'm like, no. No, I work full time. I work all the time. Why would I live in the Villages? I can't even use what the Villages has to offer. Not only that, but I tell the whole story. I haven't been eligible to live in the Villages except for the last 4 years. And I've been here 25. So for 21 years, and that's because of my son. My son's 23 years old. So 23 minus 4 is 19. You can't have any children under the age of 19 live with you in the villages, full time. So we haven't been able to move here. Nor would we. My wife works full time. I work full time. Why would I work? Why would I? It doesn't make sense to me. My chair's falling down. No, that does not make sense to me to live in the villages and work full time. Paying for something you can't use. I couldn't find a job there in the early 50s, and he wasn't the most friendly guy. His wife was a sweetheart. I mean, isn't that the way it always is? That's what they say about my wife. She's a sweetheart. So what do they say about me? That's the question. All right, so Becky doesn't want a mortgage if she can help it. Well, you know, sometimes a small mortgage is good. You could write it off on your income taxes. Write your taxes off, write your mortgage interest off. Just saying, you need all the advantages you can get. Oh, I hate this when it does this. I'll scroll down, and then boom, it goes all the way to the bottom. We had 3 straight days of, ooh, I heard about that. And even, where was it? They had 100-mile-an-hour winds. That's just crazy to me. Those are hurricane winds. So now y'all can't say you're afraid of the hurricanes when you come to Florida, when you have hurricane winds out there wherever you are out in the Midwest. So I'm going to use that. Anytime somebody tells me they're afraid of hurricanes, I'm like, where are you from? Oh, the Midwest? What about those 100+ mile an hour winds you had in 2025? And that's right. Wind damage. Don't think that if you have flood coverage, you're covered for any object flying through your window, breaking the window, flooding the house. That insurance company is going to say, forget it. You didn't have wind damage. This was caused by a trash can flying through your window. That's wind damage. That's right, Laura. So you better go talk to your insurance person now, saying, "Oh, you go, boy. Good, yeah." Yeah. We'll just have to note. Yes, ma'am. There is Pearson Nissan. They're very good, very cordial. They weren't pushy at all. Can you say Napa? They'll put them on for you too. You know, Napa will put your brake rotors or windshield wipers. Probably windshield wipers. Yeah, any place. Advance Auto, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, they'll all put those windshield wipers on for you. Yes, Big Lake, Teleco, yes, I remember seeing that. Near Crossville is nice too. Yeah. Timmy, why did they go back to PA? She already told you that, Becky. He couldn't find a job. And he didn't really like it. He didn't like it because he couldn't partake in the activities that are here in the villages. That's what I'm saying. He might say he didn't like it, but that's the real reason. You know, I'll tell you, a lot of buyers, and potentially all y'all are buyers. I'm not saying anything about you guys. But there is a saying in real estate, not that I say it. But there is a saying in real estate, buyers are liars. I don't know if anybody of you ever heard of that. But a lot of agents will say that because buyers will say, oh, I want to look at a $600,000 home, and they can't afford a $600,000 home. So they'll beat that home up left and right. It might be the most beautiful home in the world, and they have all these excuses, and they won't tell you, yeah, I really can't afford that. They won't ever say that. Well, I shouldn't say never, but very rarely. Nobody wants to tell you, oh, I can't afford it, right? It's embarrassing. So I get it. He could have went to the prison and get one. But he didn't want to. He was a prison guard in PA. Oh yeah, I'm sure he could have gone right across the street to the Coleman Federal Correctional Facility on the other side of what is that? I forget the name of that road now. Not Bexley. Anyways, yeah, there's that prison right there. And not only that, but in Sumter County, in Wildwood, you have Sumter Correctional Facility. So that's a state prison. That dude could have found a job around here if he wanted to. Marion County, not too far away, they've got a women's prison. So, anyways. Yeah, Becky, it is the busiest time of year in February, without a doubt. Oh, man. Well, I think, Tammy, you just might be getting used to it because it's not too bad here now. Man, I'm thinking there's a lot of people. So, the villages is growing, so people are all spread out. Tammy, do you hear yourself talking, girl? They're not, well, even if they were spread out, there's still a lot more people, so I'm sorry. That's just that's coming from a person who thinks the glass is half full and not half empty. So, Tammy, I commend you for your positive attitude on all that. But spread out, no, ma'am. There's a narrow path that the villages are going down. And so, anyways. Gary Winkle's back from dinner. Just have to know what time of day to travel. The certain areas they really need to update. So, Tammy, you're contradicting yourself. You got to know what. Yes, she's absolutely right. Because you have to time yourself to make sure that you are not getting caught up in all that traffic. Because there is. I do not sugarcoat anything. Y'all have to know that about me. I don't sugarcoat it. Look, I know the villages isn't for everybody, but I also know the villages is for a lot of people, and most of those people come from big cities. So this stuff here that we got going on is nothing to a lot of people. If you're coming from California, well, Southern California, I should say, we got Racer Girl. By the way, speaking of California, where's my girl? Racer Girl. And my other Tammy J. All right. Becky, geez, I hate those poles in the living room. All right. So, let me tell you something. Like I said, I just put brand new flooring in that. You want those poles? You don't like those posts, those columns? Just talk to me. They're out of there. I could easily take those out, patch up where they were in the ceiling, patch it up in the floor. You never would know. So, by the way, Becky, I hate, that's a harsh word. That's why I got IM Renovations. That is why I opened up IM Renovations. This home I just showed you for $529 on the golf course with all those upgrades, and not only that, but with all of those options, stretched lanai, squared off breakfast nook, room for a pool, golf course view for $529. For just a little bit of money, you can get rid of those columns and live happily ever after. So there you go. Um, so you only have to know that, Becky, from Tammy, it mainly in December, January, February, and March for 4 months. A little bit of April, really 5 months, because a little bit of November, a little bit of half of November, half of April gives you your 5 months. For 5 months out of 12 months, yes, you're going to have to negotiate. But after that, you're good to go. Oh, Laura, I'm not even going to go there, girlfriend, about that pole dancing. Once you move down here, you figure it out real quick. Most of the traffic is people coming and going from work. Okay. Oh gosh, Becky. Yeah. So, Becky's, I wonder if the villages will give me a business license. First of all, the villages has nothing to do with handing out business licenses. So you don't have to worry about that. So there's plenty of warnings on hurricanes, not so much here. True. True enough. That's the beauty of us here in Florida. We are so well rehearsed in hurricanes, and now with all the current technology and the quick response that our great Governor Ronald DeSantis has set up. Anytime there's a hurricane, man, the rapid response team is on it. So, and that's what, so Gary's saying it's not that the wind is blowing, it's what the wind is blowing, and that's why you need what? Do I hear wind damage from your insurance company? Hopefully, I have heard a whole chorus of wind damage. Rider on your homeowner's insurance. I always got to remember what the proximate cause of the damage is. And then Becky says Napa will do windshield wipers, like I said, so will all the other advanced auto parts, AutoZone. Napa. Did you know that Napa and Advanced Auto Parts are now the same company? Because I walked in Napa, well, I walked in Advanced Auto Parts and I said, hey, I need some brake rotors. They go, all we have is these right here. These are entry level, basic OEM rotors. Like, no, I'm upgrading. Went to Napa. All we have is your basic OEM rotors, but I can call over to our sister store, and I think they've got some over there. I'm like, your sister store? Oh yeah, Advanced Auto Parts. And I'm like, nah, 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 nah. And I think even CarQuest, I think, owns Napa and Advanced Auto Parts now, because when I was over there peeping at their computer screen, it was CarQuest stuff. So I think they all merged, Napa, CarQuest, and Advanced Auto Parts. So really, all you have out there now is, because Napa will probably change to Advanced Auto Parts, and then you have AutoZone and O'Reilly. Luckily, I got mine in Ocala. I was in Bellevue. Bellevue is the first little town outside of the villages north, where a lot of people go for restaurants this time of the year to go out to eat, because it's not as crowded as in the villages. He goes, hey, I can have it to you here in about an hour and a half. I said, no, I'll just go to where they are. I'll pick them up myself. I got to go north anyways, so there you go. When I bought my condo in 1998, I was very specific with my agent as to what my upper price was. No use wasting her time or my time looking at places I could not afford. Although, she probably tried to upgrade you anyways, or upsell you, I should say. Hopefully you found what you're looking for, Laura, and you were good to go. Because that's our next option, right? Is like, if we can't find anything you're happy with, we're just going to have to kind of go up a little bit. And if you're getting a mortgage, maybe that mortgage will pay for that. Ira, with all the hoopla about Eastport opening, does that make homes north of 44 less in demand? No. For several reasons. Anyways, all those homes around Eastport, huge, Tammy, huge bonds down there. Not only that, but you pay City of Wildwood taxes, which I don't understand why, for the life of me, the Villages incorporated Wildwood into that area where everybody's got to pay City of Wildwood taxes. Wildwood doesn't do one thing for that area. So why would the Villages do that? I don't get it. I think that was a brain fart on their part. But no, let me tell you, Laura. So a lot of homes north of 44 have mature landscaping, a lot of upgrades that people have done, painted driveways, those really nice landscaped walls and landscaping and enclosed lanais and mini split air conditioners in the lanais and crown molding and plantation shutters, and do I need to keep going? Painted driveways, painted garage floors, paver driveways possibly. I mean, there's a ton of reasons. Less traffic. All right, Tammy's talking about work traffic. Remember, she said a lot of the traffic was due to work vehicles. You don't have that north of 44. I'll mention, you have mature landscaping. This is coming from somebody who works with hundreds and hundreds of people a year, and this is what I hear, right? So I'm just repeating what everybody else is telling me. Lower bonds, did I say lower bonds? Lower taxes, there's no Wildwood taxes. Lower, whether you know it or not, maintenance assessments. If any of you know about maintenance assessments, those come on your taxes. So in a mature, established area, not as much maintenance is needed in the common areas for which you pay for on your taxes in the form of a maintenance assessment. And so there's so many reasons why the value of homes north of 44. And not only that, but okay, so let's say you're just north of 44. You can get to Eastport pretty quick. You can get to Brownwood pretty quick. Lake Sumter Landing tends to get a little bit far unless you're up there towards 466A a little bit more. Miller Boulevard, I might say. So, yeah, I mean, used to be everybody wanted to be between the sixes. I don't know how many people have heard about that. I've heard it a million times. I want to be between the sixes, 466 and 466A. That's right around Lake Sumter Landing. And also, I will tell you, 25 years of experience. I'm telling you guys, now look, okay, 80% of the people out there, 80% of the people who move to the villages go to the squares for the first 6 months. And after that, not so much. Not so much. It's expensive. So unless you're really into all the bands that are playing there, which that's 20% who really are into the bands and love dancing. But as far as going to all the restaurants all the time, that gets expensive. So I'm telling you, from my experience, after 6 months, the squares are not what people think they are. And I always use this analogy. It's like Disney World, okay? Disney World is a great place to go. Disney Springs is for adults, pretty much. They've got House of Blues, and they got Giraldi chocolates, and they've got...
A really nice pizza place, like on that where Pleasure Island used to be.
They've got a ton of great places.
And their happy hour is like split among Disney or downtown Disney. So like one person's happy hour is not the other restaurant, so you can like hop between them if you're into that.
It's not downtown Disney.
Or Disney Springs, yeah. I'm still.
Getting me messed up, Christian.
You can see which one I grew up with.
I was thinking, wow, there's a downtown Disney and a Disney Springs.
Nope, they changed it.
I don't understand. Well, you know, I don't know. It's like Mickey D's.
Yeah.
McDonald's, Mickey D's. So it just gets a little catchy name. They used to have this paddle boat. Well, they still got the paddle boat. Fulton's is what it used to be called. And man, they had the best crab claws, crab sampler, crab clusters. I mean, awesome. I'm telling you, I haven't been to downtown Disney in over a year, maybe 2 years. Cirque du Soleil is down there. This place is phenomenal, right? But you know it's there. You know it can go you can go anytime you want. There's Fulton. Is that still called Fulton's?
It's paddlefish now.
Paddlefish. That's why they don't have the good crab. They had these huge king crab clusters and stone crabs. I mean, what's the link to that?
I just searched
let me help y'all out here, right? Disney Springs. In case nobody ever knew, y'all need to know about this place if you don't.
And it has $3 signs next to it, so.
Does that mean expensive?
Yep.
3 out of what? 3?
Yeah, $3.
What?
Yeah. If you look on Google Maps, if you're looking at by the rating, there's a $1 sign, $2 signs, or $3 signs for restaurants.
Oh
based on
my
the-
God. See, that's what I'm saying. And that's the way the squares are. Let me see. Do we have a, where's your, oh, here's the map. Yeah. All right, you guys. Here's the map. Look kind of familiar? Town center, marketplace. Where am I? Where's my mini me? Over here? No.
So you just have to. We have to go to the red, and then
Okay.
yeah.
And then
Yep, and then if
here.
you see- there you go.
Okay, so here we go. Up here, you see the map. You see all this stuff. Look, town center, marketplace. Let me get marketplace. Sound familiar? Spanish Springs Town Center, marketplace, the Lake Sumter Landing Market, or is it Brownwood? No, that's the paddock. Anyways,
Oh, is it Grove? This Sawgrass Grove Marketplace?
that's in there. So I wonder if they have if they have the satellite image.
That I just went to Google Maps for.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
So over here is that paddle boat I was telling you about. It's called Paddlefish. Now it used to be called Fulton's Crab House. But, and then what's number 14? This place is pretty amazing too, I think. Number 14,
I think that might be the Lego store.
or is it this one?
I think what you're hovering over the.
No, the dino store. Yeah, that's this. The T-Rex, what is it?
Oh, the T-Rex Cafe is a restaurant there.
Yeah. Yeah, the place is amazing.
Every hour they have an extinction event.
Sounds like you've been over there quite a bit, sir.
I had one of my birthdays there when I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Like they first opened that, the T-Rex Cafe.
Cirque du Soleil, phenomenal shows. Man, I'm actually wanting to go over there now that I'm telling you all about it. House of Blues, man, I saw Ted Nugent at the House of Blues. It was unbelievable. Who else did I see? Saw a few people over there. This is a great place. You know what? Haven't been there in about 2 years. Well, maybe, no, actually, I think we went there. Was that for Jamie's birthday last year?
I was there last February.
So, anyways, you know, it is what it is, like I said. All right, so y'all want to check that out for sure. So so Laura, Peter, do On Top of the World or Stone Creek do metal roofs? No. I'm sorry to say. Maybe, well, Stone Creek, every single house in Stone Creek has the exact same roof. Brown, dark brown. On Top of the World has some different roofs. But I almost said you can probably do aftermarket, but I'm kind of thinking no, because I've never seen a metal roof in either one of those communities. Yeah, well, Becky, you got a thought there. You know, that's what you do. You hit them with the worst, and then it just gets better from there. We have heavy tourist traffic here in Glacier Park. It's insane in the summer. So there you go. It's like it is here in the winter. Kathy, self-driving car handles the village's roundabouts with ease. Oh, hey, cool. That's a good thought. I never thought about that. Right? That Tesla. Um, let's see. Darn this thing. Come on. Just jumped all the way down to the bottom again. Hate that. All right, let's see. Come on, where in the heck? Okay. So that was a good question, Laura. Thank you very much for that question. And Peter, that was a good question as well. But hopefully I've answered those satisfactory for you. Yes, ma'am. And I love showing off what we can do. So here's the thing. To me, my renovation company is wonderful. It's a very good convenience. But not only that, but you have me as the owner and I would say, the interior designer. I have to think about that all the time because there's interior decorators and there's interior designers. Interior designers, they're the ones that pick out like cabinets and flooring and granite and faucets and stuff like that. And make structural changes like I did for Tom and Lauren. And so I've got all the ideas up here in my head because I've thought about them for 25 years, working here in the villages, going through all the models. I think to myself, what would I do differently? What would be better if I did this, I did that? And why did I do that? Well, I started doing that because when I worked for properties of the villages, and people way back then, in the early 2000s, were able to go to what we call home order. Then they turned it to House of Dreams. Then I don't even know what it is now, but you used to be able to go in and order your home, make all kind of structural changes, move walls, do this, do that. Man, I had a fun time with that. And I know they hated me for that because I came up with all these ideas. It's hard for them to say no way back then. Today, they just tell you flat out, get out of here. We're not doing that. We don't do structural changes. So, so there's a good reason why you might want to go aftermarket, because you're not going to pay as much for a home aftermarket, and you're going to be able to do whatever you want to do to that home. So thank you, Becky. Better than shoveling snow. For sure, I'd rather deal with crowds for 4 months than snow and ice for 4 months. Well, Miss Laura, you're up there dealing with snow and ice now, girl. Got to get out of Chicago. Get down here in the warm weather. We've got the greatest governor in the entire country. Yes, we do. And, I'm sorry, I know I'm going to get political. This needs to be our next president. He was a JAG officer in the Navy, so he's a badass, right? He doesn't fool around. He doesn't put up a crap. He is running our country, our state. Freudian slip. This guy would be running our country like he runs our state, and he's not afraid to do all that stuff that's getting done now. It's just be a continuation.
And he published a paper.
DeSantis?
Mm-hmm. I forget what he wrote. It was something like illegal for one of his like degrees, he had to publish a paper.
Oh yeah, well like I said, he's a JAG officer. JAG is a lawyer in that represent, you know, other what do you call people in the in the service members. If they did wrong, he's a JAG officer. I don't know if he's a prosecutor or a defender, but whatever. Yes, Becky, we love Governor DeSantis, and I'm so glad that he got out of the presidential race. And not only that, but you know, him and Trump, he could not be Trump's vice president because he's too much like Trump, right? Trump just wants a yes man. And so I think he learned from the last guy, Pence. But anyways, I think DeSantis now his governorship is up in 28 anyways. He'd be fantastic. Becky, I'm a nightmare for insurance agents. Yes, you are, because you know insurance inside and out. Tell your husband he can golf 12 months out of the year in the villages. He probably cannot golf 12 months year round in Montana. That's the sell, Laura. He's a retired PGA professional. There you go. Well, hello. And here's the thing, too. I will say, I have to go there. Everybody asks me, and I say this all the time, and you know, you guys probably see this on my live streams all the time. Everybody asks me, well, like we just talked about, I don't live in the villages, but if I did live in the villages, and you could ask Pam and Craig about this. Pam and Craig bought up a home in Marion County, in the very northern part of the villages. And we totally renovated that home, and that home was a lantana like Tom and Lauren's. We did some fantastic things. We took some walls down, took some plant shelves, we opened it all up. Don't tell Craig and Pam, but I think I did a better job on Tom and Lauren's. Only because of that huge master closet that I created for them. That was pretty much the only difference, but it was a huge difference, huge. But anyways, there is the least crowded area in all of the villages is up there in Marion County. Now, I'm going to tie that into what I just said about people frequenting the squares. So many people, I don't want to move all the way up to Marion County because it's so far away from everything. Well, it's about 5 miles from Spanish Springs, which they're totally redoing Spanish Springs right now. About 7 miles to Lake Sumter Landing. They have their own shopping center right there on the northern edge of the villages, so you don't have to go any further to go shopping, or a bunch of restaurants. The back porch, Artman's Barbecue, those two are fantastic restaurants. I shouldn't have even said Artman's, but anyways, I'll say it because Renee's not here.
And they're opening a second
Racer
location,
girl.
right?
Artman's? They are?
That's what I think Blakely told me.
Oh, I didn't know that. Anyways, yeah, you want to move to Marion County and you'll get a great, fantastic prices up in Marion County. They're a lot lower in Marion County than they are anywhere else in the villages. No, I would say the most expensive bond up there is $2,500. $2,500. which if you're making an offer on a home, just tell the seller to pay it off. Most of them have zero bonds up there. Very low maintenance assessments. The taxes are a little high because of Marion County. They're a little bit higher up there than say Sumter County. They're very close. I think we did it last week, where we looked at the very southern end of Sumter County where Eastport is and all that, and they have the Wildwood taxes. So you're kind of very similar in the tax structure. But as Tammy said, her taxes are very high because of that bond. That bond will put about $2,800 extra on your tax bill. You're running around $7,000-8,000 for an average home in taxes down south. In Marion County, you'll probably run about 4 to 5. Okay, so there's quite a bit of difference. And like I said, because of the price of the homes, you can afford to renovate that home to your heart's content and make it exactly what you want of that home. And lastly, it's very little crowds up there in the Marion County section. And not only that, I said lastly, but not only that, close to Bellevue, where a lot of people from the villages go to eat because it's too crowded going south, and it's close to Ocala. And Ocala has a ton of cool stuff. They have the Appleton Museum. They have the World Equestrian Center. They have the Epic Movie Theater where they've got these recliner chairs at that Epic Movie Theater. Heathbrook Mall, Paddock Mall, all these, the BMW Porsche dealerships. Restaurants galore. It's funny. People from Ocala will go out to eat and will go, there's a villager. There's a villager. Oh yeah, over there, there's a villager. We can tell, that these are people from the villages coming to Ocala to go out to eat because it's so crowded in the villages. And so you might as well just be up in Marion County where it's a lot closer to get to Ocala anytime you want than being way down south where are you going to go? Leesburg? Leesburg. There's nothing in Leesburg, but there's a lot in Ocala. So Marion County, Becky, very little crowds. If you're going to rent a home at all, you might want to check out Marion County. See about renting a home. I'm renting a home in Marion County. All right, let's keep going through my text messages. Ira, I really like the Finney area. Well, like we just talked about. You're down there. Now, Finney has lower bonds, so that's good. They also have, just to be full disclosure, they have the prison and they have the Lime Rock pits where you'll hear blasting from time to time because they're blasting for Lime Rock over there. So, Tammy says, Becky, Finney is limited for golf cart paths. I wouldn't move in that area. Okay, there you go. There's information from Miss Tammy. She's been around. She's looked. So there you go. Found a house in the village of Point Siena we really liked. Uh-oh. Point Siena. Ooh. That's in Jace Gallagher's neighborhood. So tell Kathy to come on and buy it, Gary. If you like it, buy it. All right. Oh, I didn't know that, Timmy. Thanks. Good to know. See all the stuff you learned on this live stream? Tammy, thank you so much for all your sharing. I really appreciate it. So you are in the know. So I have a HUD. Oh, a huge bond, yeah. Little sad face. Gary, Point Siena is a nice central location. Is King Garden Golf Course close to there? Absolutely. It's right around the corner. So that project I'm working on in Sunset Ridge. So you come in off from Lake Sumter Landing, you come through Sunset Point, and when you come through Sunset Point, up Bailey Trail, you go right into Point Siena. So Napa and Advance Auto are two separate companies. Well, they've merged, Glenn. So they might be two separate companies, but they are the same. At least here in Florida, because like I said, I went to Napa. They said our sister store right up the street. And I said, your sister's store? He goes, yeah, Advanced Auto Parts, we've merged. So there you go. That's what they told me at Napa. So yeah, taxes were a shock, and I wish they would have split up the taxes and pay the bond a different time of the year. So that's the biggest seller to me. Most of all the hard stuff is already done on a pre-owned home. And that's what we just talked about. And then Tammy says if we did it all over again, we would move closer to Brownwood. I really think that would have been a great move. Like I said, you're close to Eastport, close to Sawgrass Grove. It doesn't take that long to get to either one of those. Harry and the Natives, tune in Monday. That's the only hint I'm going to give you. I found Point C on Google Maps. It is pretty close. It's right there, yes. A Carlton model. Oh yeah, okay. So a Carlton model. It's a discontinued model, but I kind of like it. It's a wood framed home. But this was the village's attempt to design a home between a designer home and a premier home, because premier homes start with 10-foot ceilings and they go up. Designer homes start with 9-foot ceilings and they go up. 8-foot ceilings and they go up. The Carlton and the Somerset and, oh gosh, I can't think of the other two. They start at 9'4" ceilings. Went to World of Beer lunch today, $7.95 hamburger. Yes, love it. And, we always go there when Jace Gallagher. Squares of music aren't important to us. Okay, good. That's my speed, Tammy. We go to Sawgrass shows just about every night except Monday. Oh my gosh, I went by, not last Saturday, but the Saturday before. I was going to the Trans-Siberian Orchestra in Orlando, but I was picking up Jamie's friend and then going, and man, oh man, I don't even know what's going on there at Sawgrass Grove. If I wasn't going, I would have stopped and videoed, at least droned, but I had to go. There was a lot of people there last Saturday. Not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. Man, how time is flying. Okay, toasted yolk for breakfast was $50. Whoa, wait a minute. $50. Where was that? Toasted yolk for breakfast was $50 with the tip. Eggs are $5 a dozen. That's nuts. Well, there you go. Gary's saying the same thing. That's what Kathy and I are looking for. More mature landscaping and no or low bond. I'm telling you, Marion County, if I was to move there, that's where I'd go. Oh, I haven't been to Disney Springs yet. I really want to go. Oh, all right. Scared me there. Well, it's probably the same prices, Tammy, as wherever you got that. Disney Springs, it looks like, yeah, it does. Janine Kelly, hi from Ocala. Hi, Janine. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. I'm trying to get caught up here. I know I'm a little bit behind. Yeah, that's almost what you can, look. Fried yolk. Yeah, all you need is a McMuffin and you're good to go. Yeah. Laura says those are luxury Chicago breakfast prices. Yeah. I like Five Guys, but holy hamburger, they are pricey too. But they got some great French fries. I love those French fries with the skin still on them. Yeah. Yep. No In-N-Outs here. I hear they're closing in California. Well, there you go. Open one up.
$12 for a 2-egg breakfast from that toasted yolk.
Oh, the Toasted Yolk is a restaurant. I thought that was I thought that's what you ordered was toasted yolk. Oh, my bad. It's late. Sorry.
It's in the Villages.
All right. Oops. Dang it. Man, this thing keeps.
Is it the mouse? Or
I don't know what it is. It's just aggravating how it just jumps. And my, man, oh man, come on. I hate it. All right. Hey, we're watching from our family. Man, I've heard so much about In-N-Out. I don't know why we don't have. I don't think they're here on the East Coast, are they?
I mean, at least not like the South, from what I know.
They almost moved to Vegas because of the In-N-Out burgers.
The other one I hear is Jack in the Box too.
I'm just going through. You guys are talking to each other. That's great. I'm just kind of enjoying the dialogue and the camaraderie that's going on here. This is great. I have a friend with the last name with the same name as you. Same last name too. So, both my homes, my lantanas, took me 3 months, and this kitchen remodel has taken me 3 months as well. So, that's about average. Just depending on if you're doing like those two lantanas were a complete makeover. All new floors everywhere. We tore down walls. We had to reroute plumbing, reroute electrical. We had to do walls ceilings, knock down ceilings in some cases. But about 3 months, I would say 2 to 3 months is what you can average for a full, complete renovation on a home. So everything else would take less. Nancy Lopez is where I had my birthday party. So my lovely wife, Patty, uh, she pulled a surprise birthday party on me for my birthday, which that was cool. And Becky, I'm telling you, everything that you've been saying here tonight and before, I think you are 100% correct. And Spanish Springs, I would say, well, yeah. I mean, it seems like everybody else just is all fixated on Lake Sumter Landing, Brownwood, now Eastport. Everybody kind of forgets about Spanish Springs, actually.
Could the construction be keeping some people?
Ah, SantaCon. All right. Thank you, Tammy. I appreciate it. I figured you would have known about that. For my birthday, yeah, toasted yolk. That's another model show. Oh, so your birthday's in February, huh, Gary? All right. Oh, man, Laura's right on top of it. She sees that Carlton. So, and tell me about Orange Blossom Gardens. So that's another, what should I say, best kept secret. Because Orange Blossom has a great restaurant and they have a great pool. The original pool with a little cave that you can go inside that pool. So Orange Blossom Golf Course. But yeah, that might be a place you might want to check out for. Well, now Gary, kind of wondering here how you toured that Carlton last weekend because it wasn't with me. And I thought we were down like that. I thought that you and I were going to work together to get you home here. So I'm a little surprised to hear about that. All right, Jane, thank you for joining us this evening. Hopefully I didn't miss you. I know it's 7:54, 7:58. Merry Christmas to you, Jane. Yeah, Laura, I mean, that's kind of, now, what we do here, we actually physically track all the VLS listings, okay? So my lead coordinator guy goes through every day and we see new listings come out and we have a whole list of when homes in the villages have gone on the market. And we've been doing that for quite a while. So if you're ever kind of wondering how long a home in the villages has been on the market, you can kind of tell from the VLS numbers. So their VLS numbers are chronological. And so if you look and see, so we can tell you exactly when it went on the market because we're just sitting there tracking every day. But, and that's just to kind of help us because when we see a home that's been on the market for the villages for 5.5 months, then we're going to get ready to go talk to those people and see if we can't get that listing. So that's kind of why we track all of these homes and we make sure we know how long they've been on the market. So if you ever want to know about how long it's been on the market, we can do that. And Gary, I'm just going to go back and say, this is the first I've heard about this Carlton, and I thought we were working together here, buddy. All right, like the land tenor and Molly, the 3 months. 3 months isn't bad. Yeah. Ah. Okay, hold on. Uh-oh. So Janine, if you're looking for a home in a real estate brokerage, give us a call. We would love to work with you and get you up and running. Has our stream gone down?
It's currently running. That's what I responded to the chat as well. I haven't seen, like, it's not freezing on my end, and the sound's coming through as well.
Okay. Okay. Repeat what I said about Orange Blossom. So Orange Blossom is kind of the original country club over there in the historic district. They have a really nice restaurant and they have a great pool. They have a pool, but I think it's a member-only pool. I think you have to be part of the priority membership package that a lot of the people who golf here have to make, you know what? I'm going to make a note to talk about the priority. Yeah, we need to know about that. So I'm going to talk about the priority membership in detail. 2 weeks from today. How's that? I think that's a good topic. So Janine, yeah, give us a call. We'd love to work with you. Like to show you how to get started on social media. That's very important for somebody who's just starting out, and would also do a lot, help you out doing a lot of lead generation and stuff like that. So give us a call, and Christian will put our number. No, our number is.
I'll put it in the chat as well.
Huh?
I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, but our number's over here. Well, wow, there we go. On the bottom over here. I can't even put my
Closer.
can't even my arm right here. Okay? See, that's what I love. When I hear somebody, I love houses, that's somebody excited, that's somebody I'd love to work with. I think you'd be a big asset. All right, so I was talking about so the pool and the cave where you can swim underneath the waterfall. There's a little waterfall that goes into the pool. You can swim around the back of that waterfall. So you need to really check out the original country club, Orange Blossom Country Club, with their restaurant and pool there. What else? Really, they have Paradise Rec Center there. I don't know, La Hacienda's across the street, rec center. So it'd be a nice place to go just to check out how the village has started and what was there in the beginning. Everyone have a Merry Christmas. Oh, Tammy, no, you're going to leave me. Oh, Tammy. Good night, Tammy. Everybody's bailing on me. Oh, good. Okay. All right. Oh, a hot tub and waterfall. Where did I see that?
Laura said the priority pool at Orange Blossom Country Club is great. Hot tub and waterfall.
Yeah. It's and like I said, that's the original. So it would be really cool to go back and check that out. All right. There it is. The priority pool at Orange Blossom Country Club is great. Hot tub and waterfall. So yes. So and you want to experience that bridge, that original. Now on my website, if you go to my website, homesaroundthevillages.com, I have that golf cart bridge that says the Villages going over to Spanish Springs. So I would encourage anybody who's here visiting or even residents just to experience how it used to be way back when.
Can you get in with a visitor pass? Becky asked?
Yeah, you should. Yeah, with you should be able to. Yes. All right. Well, guess what? It's 8 o'clock. Christian is on overtime. What time did you get in today, Christian? 12:05.
Nope.
I was trying to get a few minutes out of you. So, like I said, please visit us. I will not be here next week, next Monday, but we have a very special, great live stream, but it's going to be a video that we took, and I just want it to be a big surprise. Oh, before we go, my man, I got to do this. Jace Gallagher, my guy, the voice of Jay Paris. So what we've done, look at that, that's in his younger days. Here he is, December 23rd, which is tomorrow, 1 p.m. at Americanos at Spanish Springs. Friday the 26th, I will not be here. I'm leaving early morning on the 26th to go to up north to Chattanooga. And I may talk the family into leaving Christmas night. There'll be very little traffic. Then Saturday, Cody's at Brownwood. I love that venue, and I know Jace loves it too. It's pretty cool. It's outside. They have heaters, and it's a very nice environment, okay? And Cody's has good food. Blondie's on the 31st. So, Jace Gallagher, if you're listening, I will be back on the 30th, I believe, unless Jamie doesn't have to work. Then I might not be back on the 30th. But if so, I will be at Blondie's checking out Jace. And then he is going to be back in Maryland, where he lives, where his current home is, his first home, not his second home, on January 4th and the 9th, and then he'll be back on the 16th. 2 straight days at Cody's. That's on January 16th and 17th. So, very cool. He'll be back. Yay. Right now, I know he has family down. And then he's back up north again on February. So, oh, yeah. My man. That's my kind of New Year's Eve. Yeah. Over with at 4. So, if the family isn't here, give me a call, okay? Anyways, give me a call anyways. Let me know what's going on. I know family's down for Jace, so he's loving life. Got the grandbaby. So good for him. Anyways, there you go. That's what's happening from now to the end of February. Check out jacegallagher.com. Don't forget him. And go visit him. And you know what? Chances are you'll see yours truly there. All right? So, yeah, Jace isn't going to hang around up there in Maryland that long. It's way too damn cold. Right, Jace? All right. And yeah, wow, the crowds you'll be loving it. Okay, so Jace, give me a call.
Or switch back to your screen.
Oh, that'd be nice. I can't even work this thing. All right, 8 o'clock. Well, 8:06, and time for me to get my behind home so I could eat dinner and spend time with family. Christmas, last night of Hanukkah. Gotta light my Hanukkah candles. Happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish people out there. Merry Christmas and a happy, happy New Year. I'm not going to see y'all till next year. Now, how sad is that? But like I said, please check out our video next week on the 29th. You'll love it. We've got a great video for you. So,
I'm sure we'll have vacation videos for the week after when you come back.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I'll have vacation videos, so make sure you're here. I ran out of time, wasn't able to show my renovation on Tom and Lauren. Didn't get a chance to show you my Trans-Siberian Orchestra, which I'll do. I'm going to write this stuff down. For when is it? When am I going to be back? January what? January 5th? January 5th, I will be back live in the studio.
But if they want to see the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, they can check out last week's stream.
Okay. I'll have new ones for you, though. That and, oh, what did I say I was going to do? That and,
Show up renovation stuff.
no. See, now you're confusing me. Because I have that down. What I was saying I was going to,
You said Trans-Siberian and that. I only heard
trans. Okay. All right, and my vacation, vacay photos. You're not going to want to miss that. So, love y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Bring questions, bring your chats. Love to watch the chat. Gary, drive safe, buddy. And stay warm up there in PA. Laura, thank you for joining and from Chicago, and hope you stay warm, and hopefully you're down here soon. And Becky, of course, thank you for all of your lovely chats and everything. Janine, hope to hear from you. Jace, give me a call. Pat D, thank you very much for joining this evening. So, like I said, love y'all. Thank you for here. See you next year. We are out of here. Let's see here. Now, how do I escape?